We have an update to a story we told you about last week, which highlights the huge challenges facing companies and employees during the pandemic. The Wisconsin medical record software company Epic Systems had told thousands of its workers they would have to return to the office starting today, despite objections from hundreds of them. But now, after our reporting and pressure from local public health officials, Epic is temporarily pushing back its plans. Consumer investigative correspondent Anna Werner, along with our reporting partners, Clear Health Costs, have been looking into this story for weeks. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Vlad. Since our story aired last week, we've heard from dozens of Epic employees who say the company's decision to force them back into the office risks not only their health, but the community's. Now, local officials say Epic employees who've been working from home remotely for months should stay home.
Epic planned to start bringing over 9,000 employees back to its campus in phases beginning today. But Dane County's top official, Executive Joe Parisi, says that's a mistake.
We're all making sacrifices during this pandemic, and while we would all like to be together and be able to meet in person, we can't do that for a while. And Epic is going to have to adhere by the same rules as everyone else.
After our story ran last week, the regional public health department said the same. On Friday, it sent Epic this letter, citing complaints it's received about the plan, noting it had previously warned Epic the plan might violate the department's COVID-19 emergency order. That order told employers to limit staff in offices and facilitate remote work. The department went on to say that Epic had claimed it was facilitating remote work by requiring staff to work in the office, but allowing them to work alone in their office. Of that, department officials wrote, Epic's interpretation is incorrect. Remote work does not include working in the office.
Working remotely means working remotely, usually from home. It doesn't mean coming into the office and working from an office.
Does that argument even pass the common sense test with you?
Well, it's something on which we have a disagreement with Epic.
In an email to employees this weekend obtained by CBS News, Epic said it was modifying its return to work policy, and employees who were told to return as of Monday are no longer required to do so. But the company still insists it will bring its employees back and is asking public health officials to further review and approve its plan, saying, our intention is to be a model for others for how to return to work safely. Epic CEO Judy Faulkner explained the company's reason to employees in an email earlier in July, saying, we are losing big time the culture that made the company successful.
We want to share transparently the plans that are in place.
But in a recording leaked to CBS News of an online meeting July 22nd with hundreds of Epic managers, Vice President of Technical Services Brett Ream explained it somewhat differently.
Because we're not going to infinitely allow people to choose their own adventure on this stuff. That's always been true for people that say, I want to work remotely, I want to do other things. There are business considerations here, and as managers, it's important you guys keep some of those things in mind.
And he said further,
everybody needs to figure this out, but I don't think Epic is the evil bad guy here.
But it turns out some of the company's own healthcare clients disagree with Epic's plan. In comments shared with CBS News from an internal Epic system, one described Epic as falling short of their responsibilities when it comes to their own employees. Another said, I hope Epic leadership will admit it was wrong and reverse course. Some employees say they couldn't agree more.
It's not worth taking that risk when we can do our jobs well from home.
Well, Epic says it believes it is complying with regulations and that employee safety is a priority. They've also hired a doctor and they're consulting with experts. And for employees who do choose to return this week, they've told them they can do so gradually on more flexible schedules. Anthony?
It's good to hear, Anna, because that definition of remote, working alone in your office, is a very generous definition of remote. In fact, I'm an English major. It doesn't work, I don't think. Thanks.